Welcome, class, to geometry. Can you tell? Do you like when you do? Happy homecoming. Okay, so we have angles and parallel lines. 9 slides, quick and easy, but there's a lot of vocab words, okay? So make sure you copy down all the vocabulary. Underneath, probably standard 5 or 6, look to see which one talks about angles and parallel lines. You will not want to miss this one. Alright, transversal, that was from the last section, so you don't need this one. But just a reminder, it's a line that intersects 2 or more lines in a plane at different points. That's your transversal. So here's an example. T is the transversal of M and N because it intersects both of those lines. Now, when a transversal is made, you don't need this in your notes yet. You need to know that it forms 8 different types of angles: exterior, interior, consecutive, alternating, and alternating interior and alternating exterior, as well as corresponding. So we do 8 of each of those, and that's what we're going to be doing this lesson. Okay, vertical angles and linear pair. Put this in your notes. You already know it, but it'd be a good thing to put it down. Vertical angles, 2 angles that are opposite angles. Vertical angles are congruent. Look, 1 and 4. Look how the little boxes move, or the little numbers. 2 and 3. Those are your vertical pairs. 5 and 6. Or 5 and 8, and then 6 and 7. So if angle 1 was 100 degrees, angle 4 would be 100 degrees. If angle 2 was 80, angle 3 would be 80. Then you have your linear pair. What word is in linear? Do you remember? Line, right? And then how much is in a line? How many degrees? 180 degrees. So what do you think about a linear pair? They form supplementary angles, 180. So you're going to be doing a lot of angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 180. Or angles 1 plus angles 3 equals 180. Or angles 3 plus angle 4 equals 180. Look at the pretty numbers. See how they rotate? Those are all of your different examples of linear pairs. Again, there's 8 angles, 4 different types. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean 8 different matchups. Alrighty. If two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then the following pairs of angles are congruent. Put this in your notes, as well as all of these pairs. Corresponding angles are congruent. Alternating interior angles are congruent. Alternating exterior angles are congruent. Reminder, we did those last section, but we're going to go over those again. If 2 parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then the following pairs are supplementary: consecutive interior angles and consecutive exterior angles. Great slide for your notes. Put them in your notes. Pause me, copy, and play. Okay, here we go. Corresponding angles, 2 angles that occupy corresponding positions. 1 and 5. 3 and 7. These are from last section, but if you need to, I'd put this in your notes again if you didn't remember. 2 and 6, and 4 and 8. And what did we say about corresponding angles? They are congruent. Put them in your notes. Consecutive angles, 2 angles that lie parallel lines on the same side of the transversal. So we have 3 and 5 and 4 and 6. Those are interior. Now if we're doing exterior, consecutive exterior, that would be same side, 1 and 7 and 2 and 8. And again, what do we know about consecutive angles? You betcha. The sum equals 180. So angle 1 plus angle 7 equals 180. Angle 2 plus angle 8 equals 180. Angles 3 plus angles 5 equals 180. Pause. Put that in your notes. We're on slide 6. We got 2 more slides to go. Alternating interior angles. What did we say about alternating interior angles? Yeah, they're on opposite sides. One is on the inside, one is on the left, one is on the right of the transversal, and they're equal. 3 and 6. Isn't those numbers cool how they rotate? 4 and 5. And we said they are equal. Now if we talked about exterior angles, alternating, what's a pair of 1? Yeah, 8. And then 2 and 7. And they are what? Equal. Pause. Put them in your notes before we do these examples. So in your homework, it's going to be talking about If a line AB is parallel to line CD and S is parallel to T, find the measures of the angles when measurement of angle 1 equals 100. So I'm telling you this is 100. Justify our answers. Okay. You ready for this? Angle 2 equals 80. Because if angle 1 was 100, 2 is 80, because what type of angles are 1 and 2? Oh yeah, they're supplementary. Let me make that a pretty 80 for you. What else can we say about 1 and 4? Supplementary. Also known as 2 and 4 are vertical, so they are congruent. 100 and 3 are vertical, so they are congruent. 4 and 5 are what type of angles? Consecutive, so they have to add up to 180. So if 4 is 80, then what's 5? 100. Notice 1 and 5 are corresponding, so they are equal. If 5 is 100, what's 7? 100. If 8 is 80, what is 6? 80. Now look at it from, if you were to turn this PowerPoint vertical, what can we say about 2 and 9? Consecutive interior. So that has to add up to 180. So 2 is 80, 9 is 100. We have 80 for 10, so 12 had to be 80. So if 9 is 100, 11 had to be 100. If I'm looking at consecutive, if 12 is 80, 13 is 100. If 14 is 80, then 16 is 80. And 13 and 15 are vertical. So on all of these, I use either vertical or consecutive to solve this problem. Pause, look at it. If you get it, go on to the next slide. If you don't, come back to it. Okay, here's another example of our homework. Find the values of x if angle 3 equals 4x plus 6. So here, this is 4x plus 6. And then it said angle 11 is 126. Well, what do we know about 3 and 11? What type of angles are they? Corresponding. That's right. So corresponding angles are congruent. So if they are congruent, set them equal to each other. Could you solve for this? You betcha. You passed algebra. Okay. So x equals 30 degrees. Okay, let's do another one. If I told you angle 1 is 100 and angle 8 is 2x plus 10, what did we say these angles were? Oh, consecutive exterior, right? So they have to add up to be how many degrees? You betcha. 180. Now, could you solve this? Yeah. You guys were killers at algebra. So you have 2x equals 70, therefore x equals 35. Is that what we got? If you didn't get that, pause, rewind, copy. You might want to put those in your notes. Those are good examples. Here's the last one. If angle 11 is 3y minus 5, and angle 16 is 2y plus 20. 16 and 11 don't have anything in common, do they? They're not any exterior, interior angles, consecutive, or corresponding. But what if I said, hey guys, what do we know about 16 and 14? Yeah, 16 is the same as 14. So if 16 is 2y plus 20, what is 14? 2y plus 20. So now, what do I know about 11 and 14? Ding, 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 ding. Consecutive interior angles. Very good. And consecutive interior angles do what? They add up to 180 degrees. So put that in there. Now, could you solve that? Not a problem, Miss Bradford. 5y minus 15 equals 180. So I have 5y equals 195. Divide by 5. We have y equals, oh my gosh, I gotta do some mental math here. 19 divided by 5 goes into there 3 times with 4 left over. So 39 degrees. Or not 39 degrees, just y equals 39. Or 33. Did I do that right? 195. Yeah, teachers make mistakes too. Divided by 3. Oh no, that was a 5, wasn't it? Divided by 5 goes into there 3 times. 15, 4, 9, Then our math, this math had to be wrong, because that has to be 39, because that's 45. And 45 divided by 5 is 9, all day, every day. Okay. Homework is going to be on your Canvas website, so look for that for your homework. Alright, good job. See you guys in a little bit.